Hello. I've managed to rig up a recording situation even though I'm on the run. This is plain white wall number 26 that we've recorded in front of. Absolutely beautiful view the other direction, but of course, if I show you that, I'll have to kill you. So this is where we're going to be recording from for the foreseeable future, really, until they leave me alone for, my conspiracy to try and get everybody to watch AFCON. But this is not a video about AFCON. This is a video about shame and embarrassment and how we need to bring that back. And it is also a video about not one man's ego, two men's egos. Um, I want to preface this by saying I am not an idiot. I believe Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the three, five at the absolute worst, best players that has ever kicked a ball. And he is, at his age, basically the best player I think that's ever existed at that age, right? He's his maniacal dedication to keeping his body in shape, right? Just his determination to continue to play. He's trying to get to 1,000 goals or whatever. Good for him, right? I'm not a Ronaldo hater in that sense. I think guy's unbelievable what he's able to accomplish. My issue, right, and the issue that's at play here is that we have now reached a point where his vanity, where like his ego has surpassed his actual playing ability. Now, it's not that hard for it, that's not that hard for it to happen, right? Because the dude's ego is the size of Tanzania, right? Like the entire Serengeti plain could be taken up by Cristiano Ronaldo's ego. Something I don't blame him for, because if I was Cristiano Ronaldo, my ego would probably be even bigger. You wouldn't be able to bottle it. Be like the genie in Aladdin and just go flying out, right, in every opportunity because I'm one of the greatest players of all time. But I'm not, so my ego's not there. But Cristiano Ronaldo's, it is, right? And this is an issue that athletes run into all the time towards the end of their careers, is you still think you're that dude when in fact Ronaldo is just another player at the Portuguese national team level, right? Can he ever be another player? Probably not, because he's basically the flag of Portugal. You know what I mean? Like he's inspirational. It reminds me of Didier Drogba on the Ivory Coast team that made the World Cup when Drogba was right at the end of his career. He's a spirit animal. You can just bring him out and he'll inspire the team, and he can still serve that role for Portugal or whatever. But if you put Cristiano Ronaldo up front for Manchester City, he's just not going to produce what Erling Haaland's producing. It's not even close, right? He is not going to start for a Champions League knockout club. It's not going to happen. Not if that club is fully trying to win just with the production on the field. He's not at that level anymore. But he believes that he is. And so, what's this latest thing? Whatever I put in the thumbnail, it's this award that he won, Best Middle East Player. Right? It's been won 3 years in a row by Cristiano Ronaldo. It is, it is. I mean, all awards are made up. I want to be clear. I think that the Ballon d'Or is stupid. I think, let me pull this up. I do have the ability to pull this stuff up while I'm hanging out here. Fabrizio Romano, Cristiano Ronaldo wins Best Middle East Player Award at the Globe Soccer Award, or at Globe Soccer 2025. Which, by the way, if we're talking about tickling balls here, Fabrizio Romano won Best, you know, digital journalist or something at these awards 2 years ago. But it's hard to figure out who's going to win what at this competition because it changes basically every year. Okay, like I've gone through and subjected myself to reading the winners of the awards at the Globe Soccer Awards. This is just self-important blustering nonsense. First of all, the awards existed since 2010. The Best Player of the Year award has existed since 2011. Cristiano Ronaldo has won Best Player of the Year 6 times. Lionel Messi has won it one time. Okay. And, it's not like Ronaldo's the only guy that's winning it. All right. We've got a Kylian Mbappe win. We've got a Karim Benzema win. We've got an Erling Haaland win. Right. But after a couple of years of Cristiano Ronaldo not being able to win an award, which it hasn't, it happened 1 year. Right. He won Best Men's Player in 2019, Best Men's Player. He won Player of the Century. Right, Player of the Year was Lewandowski, but then they just create another award, Player of the Century, and give it to Cristiano Ronaldo. Right, this is based off of a fan vote that they're holding, which is not exactly a transparent process. right? But there's other indications about maybe where that fan vote is coming from or how it's kind of directed, right? In 2021, they then give an award in not player of the century, but top goal scorer of all time, right? This is just an award at this award show. Remember, Kylian Mbappe is winning best men's player because they can't reasonably give it to Ronaldo or even rig the fan vote to give it to Ronaldo, right? They give him that award. Then in 2022, he doesn't win any awards. So in 2023, they introduced fans' favorite player of the year and best Middle East player and the Maradona Award for the best goal scorer of the year. Like, bro, bro. There's nobody that should actually ever be taken this seriously. Like, who cares? Who cares? This is obviously just something that has been put together that, among other things, is clearly being designed to feed Cristiano Ronaldo's ego, to just give him an award ceremony, to give him trophies, to then blow smoke up somebody like Fabrizio Romano's ass so that he posts about Cristiano Ronaldo winning a trophy. It gives Ronaldo a chance to do his hair, put on a suit, hold another trophy. You know why this matters to him so much? Because he's not winning any trophies anymore. Like, I don't mean to diss the guy at Al Nasser. He's making generational wealth. If he wanted to go buy three Pacific countries, he could, right? He's not winning anything in Saudi Arabia. He's not winning the league. He's not winning the trophy. He's not going into the Asian Europa League and winning that either. He's not winning anything. He's still scoring a bucket of goals, right? He is. He's still putting a goal in. By the way, he's getting paid 180,000 every time he actually scores. Pretty nice deal. Just tacking that money on top of whatever. But he's not. This is the only trophy he's winning, which is what makes winning Best Middle East Player bizarre, right? Because if this was actually some sort of not popularity contest, it wouldn't be Ronaldo. Now, the Ballon d'Or, I want to back this up a little bit because I mentioned I don't really like the Ballon d'Or. It is also a popularity contest, but it at least seems to be a popularity contest rooted more in reality than whatever's going on here. Okay, because Karim Benzema has outplayed Cristiano Ronaldo at every turn this year. If you just look at the statistics and the fact that he won the league at Al Hilal and everything, but he doesn't win Best Middle East Player, right? And also, I think the fact that the Best Middle East Player award, what people are overlooking and going, well, he wasn't the best player in the Middle East this year. They've just created the award to give it to Ronaldo. They're not going to give it to anybody else. The award, it just appears out of thin air. There's no award for best player from anywhere else in 2023. It's just best Middle East. There's no best North American. There's no best European. They made that the following year. The only reason they did is because they created a Europe edition of the awards, and then they gave best Middle East, best Middle East player and top scorer of all time in 2024 to Ronaldo. Now, best scorer of the year was the Maradona Award. Now he's the top scorer of all time. And remember, before that, he won. What did he win? He won top goal scorer of all time in 2021. He won, player of the century in 2020. Right? They're just creating awards to give to Cristiano Ronaldo. It's just all the other awards seem in line for the most part. You get best midfielder of the year, best sporting director, coach career award. You've got best Middle East club, right? Clearly they're weighting all of this towards the Middle East in terms of like who the audience is for these awards. Fans favorite player of the year that didn't exist the year before. We had TikTok fans player of the year before. And maybe it was sponsored. Best youth team of the year, transfer deal of the year, powerhouse emerging player of the year. Dude, this is just such a bizarre, like, this is such a weird award. And then, of course, there's best agent of the year. I mentioned this is about two men's egos. We haven't even gotten to the whole best agent of the year conversation. So in 2024, we have top goal scorer of all time, best Middle East player. 2025, we have best Middle East player. Best European player just goes away. They didn't like it. The Maradona Award, I don't know what that is. The votes clearly go towards somebody that, maybe Jorge Mendes would want them to go to. And that's probably because if you look up Jorge Mendes, he's a co-founder of the Globe Soccer Awards. This guy's Cristiano Ronaldo's agent, right? Jorge Mendes, a name that if you're around the world of football long enough, you learn He just exists, right? Let's go look at the winners for the best agent of the year. Jorge Mendez has won the award 13 times. 13 out of 15 times the award has been given. It's the Obama meme. He's standing behind himself, giving himself the award. And even if he's not doing it directly, it is clear that this is ergonomically designed, right, to produce like just it's designed to produce Jorge Mendez winning, Cristiano Ronaldo winning, and it should be taken seriously like 0%. It should be taken seriously 0%. But this is probably the best thing that illustrates what's really going on here is that it's not fully rigged. It's just tilted towards a part of the world extremely aggressively. When you look at Club of the 21st Century votes, Al Ali lost by 4 percentage points to Real Madrid. Um, Obviously, there's a very strong fan base in Egypt for Al Ali. Al Ali's won a good number of African Champions Leagues, but this is the Arabic world that is basically voting in this. And obviously, for them, Cristiano Ronaldo is the person that came to play at their place, right? He's the person that is playing in Saudi Arabia, and is bringing his world class brand and his world class football to the Arab world. And so, if that is the majority, not the majority, if that is the largest concentration of voting that is going on here, then that's how you end up with 38% of the vote for Cristiano Ronaldo for player of the 21st century. While Messi is right next to Mo Salah at 24 and 23%, which the fact that Mo Salah is right there next to Messi is another good indication of what area of the world is really voting in this. So, is it as silly and goofy as it appears to be that he is winning all of these awards? Yeah, yeah, it is. It's kind of sad. You know what? Every time you win an award, you should be able to go celebrate it. Um, but this feels like part of some sort of PR machine in some way. It feels like it's initially when I saw these headlines, I thought it was, that this award was something that was created specifically after he'd gone to Saudi Arabia so that he could keep winning awards. Upon further investigation, which it's always important to do, at least reading a Wikipedia here and there, these awards have obviously existed for longer than that and just been giving awards to Cristiano Ronaldo just for existing, and doing all of, basically continued legacy awards. That's kind of what we're looking at is continued legacy awards. But why does it make me sad? It makes me sad because Cristiano Ronaldo is such a badass when I was growing up. He was such a badass. He was so cool. He was flexing on people, hitting these bicycle kicks, right? He was overpowering, overwhelming people he was playing against. He was so intense and awesome. And he backed it up. And now it's kind of like watching a little girl play, princess in a castle. Like he's just pretending to win the awards that he used to win for real. And I feel like everybody else can see that except for him. You know what I mean? And that's like it's like he's creating this reality that is not actual reality anymore. Even though he is actually on the stage winning the trophy, like it's just he's creating it in his own mind. And even if he's not creating it, he's like the I love history. He's like the emperor that started to lose his mind, but the agent that's next to him and Jorge Mendez is kind of is like feeding the delusions, be like, yeah, man, you're still the best, you're still the best, yeah, yeah, the Maradona best goal scorer ever award. That's you, King. That's you, champ. Hell yeah, the people love you. It's like anytime you see the beginning of Game of Thrones, you get the two blonde people over the water, and there's that one guy whispering in their ear like, "The people cry out for your return." It's like it's not the reality, and it's this isn't the reality anymore. It would just he's in his own fantasy land. He's built his own kingdom now.